I'm Anthony Calhoun. The field of 33 is set for the 107th running of the Indianapolis 500, and we are now just a week away from the greatest spectacle in racing. And welcome into Sports Locker Sunday tonight. My teammate here, Andrew Chernoff, and speaking of teammates, boy, there was a lot of teammate conversation going on today at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We had so much drama that took place out there at IMS. We're going to get to it all. We've got so many great storylines that took place out there as well today. And yes, the big news of the day involving a wish-to-be driver analyst and a big name in IndyCar, Graham Rahal, not making the field of 33. Before we get to all the highlights and break it all down, let you know who's on the pole. Give me your reaction, man, from what you saw today on a very busy Sunday at the Speedway.
This is exactly what IndyCar wants to see on pole day and bump day. No question about it. Of course, Graham Rahal today on the wrong side of things, but this is the drama that the series wants to have every single year. We saw it when Alonso was bumped just a few years ago. The crowd was enthralled into it when Graham and Jack were going back and forth, or at least Graham was sitting in his car waiting for Jack Harvey to complete his final run. And then the race for the pole always seems to be exhilarating. And these speeds, AC, man, they are fast out there this year.
You know, and the cool thing about, I thought was interesting, they changed the format this year for qualifying. They used to have it just top 6 only, but top 12, then they went to top 6. I'm cool with it. I like it. But I'm okay if they just kept it top 6, because the drama really happens when it's the top 6. And speaking of the top 6, one of the guys who was contending for the pole is the guy who actually took care of business today. Talking about Alex Palou. Take a look at his qualifying run today. It was historic for him today and Team Ganassi, because my goodness, this kid has been just so legit the month of May. We saw him win the road race just last week, and now today a record performance on the track when we talked to about the 4-lap average speed, 234.2 miles an hour. That is a Indy 500 record 4-lap average speed, right?
And he just got it because Rinus VeeKay was .006 miles an hour behind Palou with that 4-lap average. Incredible how close that was, but Palou, he has all the momentum. He won the GMR Grand Prix. He leads the point standings. Now the pole sitter, will he cap it all off with a 500 victory?
We'll see what happens. You know, he has done well at the 500. He's won. He's got finished second just a few years ago. Has never won the greatest spectacle in racing. Will this be the year he drinks some milk there with Chip Ganassi Racing? I know, Andrew, you had a chance to go one-on-one with this year's pole sitter and Alex Palou.
Joined now by the man of the hour, Alex Palou, the pole sitter for the 107th running of the Indianapolis 500. Alex, congratulations.
Thank you.
What will it be like to start first in the 500?
Man, means a lot. Means the world to me right now. We had hell of a month of May so far, winning the Grand Prix here. The speed of the CGR car has been excellent, and it just means a lot to put the number 10 American Legion car up there. It's their base. It means a lot for us to spread the word of the Be The One campaign and be on pole for the Indy 500. So yeah, we're gonna celebrate the bit tonight, and then tomorrow get ready for the race, because that's a big one.
4-lap average today, 234.217 miles an hour, the fastest 4-lap average of any pole winner in this race. What does that mean to you to have that record?
It means a lot, obviously. I mean, I didn't know. They just told me a few minutes ago that it was a record. Obviously, it just feels even more special, right? What else could you ask for after a pole? Just make it a record. So, yeah, the good thing is that nowadays in IndyCar, it's so tight. The drivers, the engineers, the mechanics, everybody's pushing so much to the limit that we're getting just like records each weekend.
How stressful is it waiting for the other drivers to go out there when you're just sitting atop that pylon?
Too much. It was too stressful. I think I lost like some years there because I had to wait for 3 cars after myself, so it was nerve-wracking. They were super close, as we knew that they were going to be, but they were super close to our lap time, our speed, and I had to wait until Felix crossing the finish line. So yeah, happy that that's over and we got the pole.
I talked to you last week up here when you won the GMR Grand Prix. Now I'm talking to you up here after winning the pole. Have you thought about completing now the perfect month next weekend?
Yeah, absolutely. We obviously are on the right path. but we are going to celebrate the pole because, again, it means a lot. But it's a tough race, man. We know we've been close in 21, finished second. Last year we had a fast car, but didn't really work out. So we know it's a long race. We will prepare as much as possible and try and get that number 10 American Legion car in victory lane on Sunday.
And then last thing, Alex, you're the Ganassi driver that is chasing that Indy 500 victory, that first Indy 500 victory. How much is that giving you some fire this month?
Yeah, obviously. I mean, I have the privilege of sharing teams with three teammates that have won this race before. So the knowledge that they have, just the experience, and how can they tell me how to go through some phases like today, it's just unbelievable. So yeah, hopefully we can be one of them.
There's Alex Blow, the pole winner for the Indy 500. Alex, congratulations.
Thank you.
Good stuff there, Andrew. Thank you, Alex, as well. Let's take a look at those first four rows for the 107th running of the Indy 500. So you got row number one, inside row number one, Alex below. Then you got Rinus VeeKay, strong performance by him today. Then Felice Rosenquist outside of row number one. Meanwhile, row two here, let's take a look at those drivers for row two for this year's Indy 500. Santino Ferrucci, we'll talk more about him and his big day, Pato Award, the middle of row two. And then Scott Dixon, former Indy 500 winner. He's on the outside of row two. Andrew, take a look there at row number three for this year's 500.
Yeah, row three, Alexander Rossi, also a former winner. And then Takuma Sato right there as well. He's been fast all month long, a two-time winner. And Tony Kanaan in his final 500 will start in ninth. Meanwhile, row four, Marcus Ericsson, last year's 500 champion, will start on the inside of row four. Benjamin Peterson, highest starting rookie in the field, starting 11th. And Will Power, who won the 2018 500, will start in 12th.
Let's hear from some of those top finishers as far as qualifiers today.
I just wish I was a little bit faster. You know, it doesn't do much for the race, but it definitely makes the day just a little bit more. And being so close, I think there's a lot of guys that would love to be in my shoes right now with those lap times, but it's tight.
It was a good run. I think we made the most out of what we had. We thought that would be the quickest setting for us going into it, and we stuck with it. And I'm proud of the team for that. I don't know if we can probably go back and go quicker now, but you do what you can, and you do what you can with what you have at that point. So I'm still super proud of the team.
Proud of the team indeed, and he's been great all month long. We'll see if he can make a run for the checker flag next week. Okay, meanwhile, so that was the story for us, the pole situation, who got that. But the drama that unfolded right before the top six drivers competed was the fact with Graham Rahal, Jack Harvey, one spot left, battle between two teammates. Take a look at the video here, and Jack Harvey at the end of the day would have, I don't want to say the last lap, but he would have the last spot, that is, because they're obviously their teammates here. But this was just wild because Harvey goes out the first time. He's slower than Graham, and so he has to figure out a way to get back in the race. And so he puts Graham on the bubble because Harvey's trying to qualify to move Graham out of the way. Well, that final attempt here, which with 6 minutes left in qualifications, he runs it and he squeaks past Graham, and he's in the field of 33, whereas on the other hand, Graham, who was his teammate, literally was sitting on pit lane, couldn't do anything because time expired. And Graham is going to miss the Indy 500. He's been there 15 years and now getting the opportunity to go to the Indy 500. You see him there, just so emotional there, Andrew, afterwards with his family. Very difficult for him.
This is a heartbreaking day for that one driver who will always be bumped. At least this year we knew there was going to be one. It's emotional. He puts blood, sweat, and tears to make this race. This is the king race of everything. And Graham Rahal, unfortunately, found himself on the outside looking in, and he did tell me, AC, he will not car swap with a teammate if that is asked of him by his dad, Bobby Rahal.
Okay, I had a chance to connect with Graham after his run there and just getting the results there from Jack Harvey, moving on to be in the field of 33. Take a look at this interview.
The last few days I've told you, I spent a lot of time with you. Told you, we're in trouble. And ultimately, I don't know why, but that run, it was just really slow. We had a part failure during the run. but you've got to finish it. And unfortunately, the rules are written. We can't fix that part, which was a key component, a weight jacker, which is a key component of our cars. You can't fix that part without withdrawing your time. So we had to sit there and wait. At the end of the day, it is what it is. And, I'm proud of these guys. I think everybody's tried, exceptionally hard over the last couple of days. This place, you've got to earn it. It's not handed out. It's not given. It's not a guarantee. And we came up short.
Strong words there from Graham Rahal. Emotional moment for him. We talked about his 15 Indy 500 starts for him. Best finished third in those 2 years there. His father is Bobby Rahal. And how about this, Andrew? He was bumped from the Indy 500 30 years ago. Man, unbelievable there with Graham Rahal. Obviously, disappointment there for him and the Rahal family when you think about it.
Yeah, I asked Bobby actually after that qualifying run was over from Jack Harvey when he knew that Graham Rahal was out of the race. I asked him, what did he tell Graham? And all he told me was, I just gave him a hug. What else can you tell someone who's out of the Indy 500? And it's his son, AC, and that's going to definitely hurt for a while. Yeah,
and if you've watched Wish TV over the past few days and watched our interviews with Graham Rahal, because he's our driver analyst, if you tuned in on Thursday, Graham Rahal was pretty candid with me that, hey, he knew his car was in trouble. Take a look at that interview he said here on Wish TV.
You've got to just hit your marks. You can't make a car go faster. I can't push the pedal any harder. It's going to do what it does. You need to hit your marks. You need to try to keep the balance as consistent as possible with the tools that you have in the car over 4 laps. That's my job. To make a car go from 230.6, which we did today, to 234, which Takuma did, that's not possible. You're not going to be able to do that. So tonight we're going to have to really look deep, try to figure out if there's areas we can find a little bit of drag to go a little bit faster. But the reality is it's going to be a weekend of perfection.
Yeah, a weekend of perfection, and unfortunately that was not the case here because that didn't happen.
They've been slow all weekend. And like he alluded to right there, everyone expected it. Then you saw the qualifying speeds and just those speeds heading into the corners. They were hitting 235, 234, 236. The pole guys, AC, 242, 241. So there was a huge gap right there between performance.
Big time indeed. Meanwhile, Jack Harvey, his teammate, he's in the field of 33. We had a chance to catch up with him as well.
In terms of professionally, this is without a doubt the most draining, difficult day. And even now, I'm so grateful to be in 107th run of the Indy 500, but at the expense of what it came as, it's a bitter moment. I hate what this means, knocking Graham out of the race for our team, for him. I think he's the most underrated driver on the grid, in my opinion, one of the best teammates I've ever had, so it's not a great feeling.
Great respect there for Graham Rahal from Jack Harvey. Congratulations to Jack Harvey. He went out there, got the job done in his team. And I want to just say this real quick. Be careful questioning about the integrity of the sport because it was laid out point blank here for fans, for race car fans there at the track as well, because you had father-son situation, owner of a team, very well could have made some decisions that could have favored his son, etc. They raced this, they had this thing set up as though they weren't teammates. It's like, hey, you go do what you got to do, get into the field of 33. You got to respect that.
Yes, teammates until qualifying, for sure, because every driver wants to make this race.
That's right. Right about that.